In the early summer breeze, I welcomed you to the next episode of Firsthand from Sana. To whom hijab is home. From my recent book reading on Persepolis. It's about an Iranian who leads a life behind and outside the veil. So, I found a strange but very relevant correlation between that book and what's happening around the world regarding Muslim women wearing burqa, hijab, and whatever it is to find their solace and faith or modesty. So it's a home that you should not deprive someone of. After all, it's being like a matter of choice and comfort. And after reading several pieces, last year and this year about what's happening with women and how they're tackling the whole issue, so it's an interesting observation that I have made in some of my points. Could you believe that a Muslim female accustomed to hijab for 12 years had to switch to wearing a hat on the streets because of the level of intolerance in US? For Trump, it was an effective strategy for preventing terrorism. But what about this woman who has a sign of faith and believes in symbol of modesty with her hijab? So that has to be certainly looked into. Then when we see like Morocco to France, Netherlands and Belgium, everyone has stood up against the veil. So does a woman have to sacrifice her interest for a broader political agenda? Are all the high expectations from society about reflecting moral integrity? Where should the line be drawn? Wrist, cleavage, bikini line, the face, or men's face altogether? I think we need to understand where it has to be drawn. Then to that, Theresa May, the Prime Minister of UK, backed the burqa's existence, unlike David Cameron, who, by asking women to wear what they want, without any fear. That's what clothing stands for. It is about your sense of expression and not what the society is telling you. So females, women, my peers, everyone, you should know that your sense of expression need not hide inside but out in the colors, in your skin. One must feel comfortable and not be judged by any religious or cynical community. What followed was a flagship Oxford Street branch of Debenhams, if you have heard of it. So they paired up with AB, which is like a conservative fashion brand. So in order to promote religious symbols or to allow that sense of freedom and expression, they have planned to come up with like hijabs, jumpsuits and kimonos. So one need not feel threatened by the bikini ban on the beaches of France, such as Riviera. So you have this thing also now that females are supposed to blend in with their male peers and swim. So I'm sure that they are right about extending your boundaries, exploring in terms of socializing, but sometimes depriving a person of their own religious faith or sense of belief in a certain piece of cloth. So suppose I believe in a color and you don't want me to wear that color, how would you feel? It's like choking someone, asphyxiation of some kind. That's what I liked about this Anisa. She's a Muslim fashion designer and she flaunted her hijab collection in New York Fashion Week after London and Paris. Despite all this happening, like in Europe, basically this burqa ban was taken seriously to another level. So her collection is a spray of ivory, peach and grey hues inspired by her hometown Jakarta. Now that initiative was a reflection of her ideological persona of creating a beautiful harmony of fashion and modesty that can do wonders for everyone. I mean, think about it. So in her words, they don't necessarily clash. Guys, I have nothing against burqa, or I'm not just a pro burqa person, but for me it's about finding a home in a certain thing. Like, you can have your own fetishes, right? So I think hijab is a thing that cannot be pulled out of shape by mullahs or Trump's cynicism. Go hijab. See ya later, and follow me on First Hand from Sana if you like this episode.